There's a power and ownership that you have that you simply just don't receive by being rich and wealthy. I'm one of those black people that have an issue when successful black owned companies sell off a portion of their company, sell their company entirely, or do distribution deals. And it's not because the recipe may change, the ingredients may change. I don't like that either. But it is because in times like this specifically, the power, the authority, the control is in ownership. When it comes down to it, there is no Target, Walmart, or Amazon equivalency for black people. So we are stuck giving our money to and shopping with companies that have flat out said with their chest, hey, DEI, affirmative action, those things are no longer popular amongst the whites at this moment. So we're rolling it back. We're no longer doing it, and y'all are just going to have to get over it. And even though they know there will be fallout, they're not too concerned with it because A, once again, our choices are limited, and B, they have all the power. I know as a business person, it is ideal to get your company to a position where you can sell it or sell a portion of it for millions or tens of millions of dollars. But black people are in a different type of situation in this country. And I do think we are going to have to get to a point where we stop prioritizing individual wealth for the betterment of all of us.
And you see that? That right there? That's why I hate poor people. Because they can't see past their own pain.
Okay, so I just want to address an elephant in the room that I feel like nobody is discussing in the whole Tabitha Brown and Target conversation and like the boycotting. So Tabitha Brown is a wealthy person. A lot of the brands that they're bringing up that are in Target are not small brands. They may have were small businesses at one point and they made it to Target. Not trying to say that like that's not a good feat or anything like that. I definitely understand the logistics of everything. I totally understand, wanting to keep the spot that you've worked hard for and secure for yourself. But like, let's stop treating this conversation as if these are struggling small businesses. These are people who are bringing in millions of dollars. And I know they don't keep everything that they profit, but they're bringing in a lot of money and they're not struggling. I think it's very irresponsible to ask low and middle class people who will very likely be tangibly affected by a lot of the things that are occurring to spend their money at a place to benefit you and your comfort. Because if we're weighing the greater good of the community, what's more important, to actually make a stand and do something so that things can possibly change for some of our most vulnerable people in our community, or to keep shopping in Target so you don't come off the shelves, which I don't even like the argument that you should want to be in a place or strive or claw to be in a place that doesn't want you there anyway. Even that whole thing is a fallacy. You're saying that they're going to keep winning if we boycott, but if we keep going there, they're still profiting off of the money that we're spending there. So it's like, okay, they're winning either way. It's basically like we're playing against ourselves with no prize. Even when it comes to the people like discussing like that they would boycott, a lot of people weren't even committing to an indefinite boycott. A lot of people were just committing to boycott for the month of February. So let's keep that in mind too. So it's like if you're boycotting for the month of February, you're telling me that you and all these other large businesses can't take a pay cut for a month while we try to at least make our voices be heard in some kind of way, which our dollar is the most important way for our voices to be heard. Not only that, but Tabitha Brown provided a course of action for us, but she said nothing that she was willing to do, all that she's just stuck and she can't do anything for a year. She didn't provide any course of action for herself, not even aspirations of a course of action that she would take. She didn't even provide anything now. You have a lot of money. You could donate to local initiatives that help people who will be affected by DEI rollbacks. You could have, came up with a way to support Target workers who are working there now who can't quit their jobs, who are affected about this stuff. But you're just giving us an action so that you could stay in a place that there's no place for us anyway. The reason you shouldn't even want to be in a place that forces you to have this conversation. So yeah, I feel like we're going to need Black voices. We're going to need, our own, a lot of things. But I do invite people to consider the things that are not being said when people are speaking to you about some of these issues. There are people within our group who have more privilege than others. We need to weigh the greater good. So at the end of the day, I'm sorry that, some of those brands are going to lose some money. They are available, a lot of them, at other places. Support them at other places, support them directly on their website, but you cannot selectively boycott because you're still putting money into the pockets of Target. And if I'm honest, Tabitha Brown is Tabitha Brown for Target. She's probably the worst brand to support out of all of the brands that are there. It's like, in a situation like this, everybody's going to lose something. Everybody's going to be uncomfortable. But I don't think that is fair that those of us who are going to be steamrolled, us and our neighbors are going to be steamrolled by a lot of stuff. Not saying that the people who make money are not going to be affected too, but you have a buffer. You have ways to create comfort for yourself during this time. A lot of us will not. That was so irresponsible to ask.
And you see that? That right there? That's why I hate poor people. Because they can't see past their own pain.
Black-owned companies with products in Target getting on Martin Luther King internet, making videos and statements telling people to not boycott Target, to continue to shop their products, even though Target has announced that they roll back their DEI initiatives, was not on my bingo card for 2025. I've been seeing so much of the argument being, it's not about race on race. It's not about Democrat versus Republican. It's about top versus bottom. And I've seen plenty of videos saying, oh, that rhetoric is so dangerous to say that it's top versus bottom and not a race issue because it eliminates the fact that there is a major race issue still in America. While I do agree with that sentiment, making statements after getting on the internet and making statements like do not stop shopping Target, just show them that we're needed and go in and buy our products and run it up, despite Target reversing their initiatives for the DEI programs, screams top versus bottom. I literally have a friend who was granted admission to law school based off one of the DEI initiatives that they have currently, who is literally sitting and twiddling her thumbs wondering if she's still going to be able to go to law school because now all these companies are rolling back their DEI initiatives. Not because they're forced to, not because they're made to, because the industry changed to. Then you got people in the comments saying, oh, you guys boycotting Target is going to hurt the black-owned, it's going to hurt the black-owned companies in there. You guys really need to just go and shop, and show Target that we're needed, that they need us. Excuse me, bitch? How is that anything different than you going to a department store, getting followed around, racially profiled, and treated as if you cannot afford anything in that store, and then you peep it and turn around, well, since you guys are racially profiling me, I'm going to buy up the entire store. Counterproductive as fuck. Real change sparks inconvenience. Real change sparks challenges. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm pretty sure the people who participated in the Montgomery bus boycott, I'm pretty sure they were hurt too. I'm pretty sure them toes was toe up marching in them heels. I'm pretty sure they was late to work. I'm pretty sure some of them might have missed work because they was marching for a cause that was bigger than their own. So to get online and say, oh, still shop us, still go Target and still shop us, that because it's not going to do what you guys think. What? Why would you even want to be in business with somebody who blatantly says they don't give a fuck about you? Even though we know that we are not the main benefactors to the DEI initiatives, it's the fact that the connotation that comes with DEI is black people, specifically black women. So to still shop, ooh. I personally would not want to work with a company who don't care how the world perceives me. I don't care. I don't care to work for a company who does things for trend. Because quite frankly, from my point of view, the correct response would have been to pull your products off of their shelves. Tell Target, thank you, but no thank you. We will not continue to do business. We will not continue to do business with the likes of you. Put your products in local-owned, family-owned, black-owned retailers. Use your platform to put those retailers on, because right now, people are actively searching in their respective neighborhoods for black-owned retailers, small-owned businesses. Put your products where we're going. Don't tell us to continue lying in the pockets of these billionaires who don't give a flying fuck about us. And I'm spit talking and I'm sorry because I'm pissed. Like, we're literally in the position that we are in now because convenience has allowed us to see past racism. Convenience has allowed us to see past discrimination. Oh yeah, Target rolled back their DEI. They discontinuing their initiative for black-owned businesses, but you know, they got that EOS lotion that I like, or they got that skincare that I like, and I don't want to wait for shipping to order directly, so I'm just gonna go and fuck. And don't get me wrong, I completely understand how hard it is to stop things cold turkey. But I will say Target rolling back their DEI is the most egregious of them all because they capitalized off the pain and trauma of black people. They came out with this widespread efforts and initiatives after George Floyd just to be like, psych, get mad, make you really sad. Like, what? So I don't know who needs to hear this, but your black-owned business is not bigger than initiative. Your black-owned business is not bigger than the total impact of what the government is doing. Your black-owned business is just not bigger than it. Sacrifices will need to be made. I think that is the distinct difference between MAGA and the rest of America. Because MAGA gonna ride. MAGA gonna ride for what they believe in. Let somebody do something that they consider discriminatory or unfair to Trump. What MAGA gonna do? Storm the Capitol? What MAGA gonna do? Die behind it? What MAGA gonna do? Go to jail behind it? What y'all gonna do when people take away your liberties and your rights as black people in America? What you gonna do? Still shop me so they can know that we belong. Respectability politics is fuck. We can't get anywhere because we are never fully in solidarity. It's always crab in the fucking barrel. It's very much given those executive orders were passed. Target consulted their legal team to say, hey, is there going to be any type of repercussions for discrimination? The legal team said no, and Target said bet.
And you see that? That right there? That's why I hate poor people. Because they can't see past their own pain.
Tabitha Brown said, y'all can boycott Target all y'all want, but please make sure y'all still buy my products. Well, she didn't actually say it like that. Let's hear exactly what she had to say.
If we all decide to boycott and be like, no, we're not spending no money at these organizations. Listen, I get it. And if that's how you feel, honey, I 1000% get it. But so many of us will be affected and our sales will drop. Our business will be hurt.
And this is exactly why our generation of people can never do it like our ancestors did, because we don't want to lose any money. We are all so caught up in capitalism that it's just so hard to get out of it. And to be honest, I see a lot of outrage and boycotts online all the time for many things. But in real life, the stores, the lines are still long. The parking lots are still packed. Like, for example, when everybody called themselves boycotting Starbucks, literally in real life, I always saw the drive-through line packed. But that's just my opinion. Let's see what other people had to say about this. Gina, me and you are on the same page. She said, this is why our people can't get ahead.
And you see that? That right there? That's why I hate poor people. Because they can't see past their own pain.
So I know we all done saw the response from Auntie Tell and the CEO of the Lip Bar. Basically saying the same thing. If you don't shop at Target, their business will take a hit. Like, it will be bad for black-owned businesses. My thing is, if we continue to shop at Target and we only buy black-owned businesses, doesn't Target still get a percentage of that sale? So what would be the point of sending Target a message of only buying black-owned businesses if they get a percentage of the sale? Like, my thing is, I don't want Target to get a dime from me. That's why their response kind of threw me off a little bit, because it's kind of contradictory. Like, don't shop at this place, but if you do shop at this place, only buy my products, even though this business is going to get a percentage of that sale. But I'm just thinking out loud, and I'm thinking, like, why not just buy directly from their website? And per my research, a lot of these brands don't even have a website of their own. And I'm like, in 2025, with everything being so digital, why so many brands don't have a website?
Hey y'all, I am Melissa Butler. I am the founder and CEO of The Lip Bar. The Lip Bar has been in Target since 2017, and we are the largest Black-owned makeup company in Target. So, of course, we were disappointed, just like many of you, when we learned that they were rolling back their DEI initiatives. But I will say, even though I'm disappointed, I'm not that surprised. I always thought that the 2020 commitments were a farce. Like, anything that is forced is going to be a farce. And I think part of it is because Trump is emboldening companies to reverse commitments that they never wanted to do in the first place. And that is not just true for Target. I think it's true for a lot of companies. But I think also beyond that, and this is me being honest with y'all, I am always going to be honest, a lot of the brands that they launched didn't do well. Did not do well. We have been in Target since 2017, and in my it's been a long time. In my 8 years in Target, I've seen them kick out 8 brands, not because they were Black, not because they were woman-owned, not because they were Latina-owned, so on and so forth, just because they didn't perform. And so someone asked me, what will this mean for the Lip Bar? Will this DEI rollback impact you guys? And truth is, I don't know yet. I don't know yet from a Target perspective. Right now, things are still business as usual. We are still growing significantly at Target, which is a blessing. So the immediate risk is that, if all of our consumers boycott Target, then, that will absolutely impact us. And a lot of people are saying like, well, I would rather shop you on your site. Great. Listen, here's the thing. I understand. I too am disappointed, and you have the ability to take your dollar wherever you feel most comfortable. So if you want to shop us at Walmart or Target or Amazon or on our website or in our store in Detroit, do it. But if you don't want to shop us at any of those places, I understand that too, because we do have power in our dollars. But I do want to make sure that we are aware that, by not shopping in these stores, you are also impacting the hundreds of Black-owned businesses and women-owned businesses and, brown person-owned businesses that are in these stores. So it's a really shitty situation to be in. I look forward to understanding a little bit more about what this means across all of our retailers. Like, what does it mean at Walmart? What does it mean at Target? What does this mean at Meta? Should we be deleting this app right now? Like, what y'all want us to do? What's up?
Hello there. Y'all all right? I know. It has been a tough week, right? And baby, it's been a tough 2025 and we are still in January. But I know many of you are asking and have asked and sent me messages about the recent DEI announcements at Target as well. And as disheartening as it is for me, I'm not the only one affected by this, right? It's for everyone who is a woman-owned business, minority-owned businesses, Black-owned businesses. It's for so many of us who work so very hard to be placed into retail, to finally be seen and approved for retail. Because contrary to whatever the world might tell you, it has been very hard for Black-owned businesses to hit shelves, right? Which is why it's such a big deal when we do finally land inside of retail. So it is definitely heartbreaking to feel unsupported, right? However, I am in business in multiple ways, with Target, with Walmart, and Amazon, right? I sell Donna's Recipe, my hair care products, right? Are on Amazon. They're also in Target. And of course, I have a huge partnership with Target. I sell my seasonings at Walmart. I do business all over. just like many other people. And what I can tell you is, if we all decide to boycott and be like, no, we're not spending no money at these organizations. Listen, I get it. And if that's how you feel, honey, I 1000% get it. But so many of us will be affected, and our sales will drop. Our business will be hurt. And if any of you know business, it doesn't just happen overnight where you can just go take all your stuff and pull it off the shelves. There's a process. And then you got to, like, where you going to put it? You got to have a place to store it. That's money, right? You got to have another place to sell it, which is almost impossible sometimes. And even if you sell online, it's a process when it comes to business. And everyone does not have the funds or the means or the availability, the space to house their own products, right? But the thing that concerns me the most, and I want you to hear me and hear me well, if we all decide to stop supporting said businesses and say, you know, I can't buy nothing from there, even the businesses who were affected by the DEI ban, right? What that does is you take all our sales and they dwindle down. And then those companies get to say, oh, your products are not performing. And they can remove them from the shelves and then put their preferred businesses on the shelves. And then what happens to all the businesses who've worked so hard to get where they are? Then what happens, right? Now, I know that something that could solve it is ownership of these big corporations, right? It's a long way to go there. There are amazing companies like the Village Market in Atlanta, right, who support small businesses, and you can go in there and there's some amazing things that you can buy, but it's one store and it's very small. We're talking about mass market. You can't build that overnight. Do we all sometimes have these big dreams and aspirations to do that? Absolutely, right? But it is easier said than done, but it's not impossible. But until then, and in order to get there, we unfortunately have to play the game. And in playing that game, we got to be smarter than the ones who think they're in control. Okay? And I say that to say, don't allow trying to be mindful with how I say this, because I want God to give me the right words, but don't allow foolishness to take us into separation and weed us out. Do you understand? Because sometimes that's what they want. And in times like this, they're telling us that. Okay? So as frustrating as listen, as frustrating as the whole situation is, as frustrated as I am, as all of you are, we still got to be smart. Now, you can still go into those stores if you choose to and buy specific brands that you want to support and let the other things, right, not get your money. But be very specific. There's so many women, right, that have worked hard to be a woman-owned business. Donna's Recipe is two women, me and Gina Wu is my business partner. We are self-funded. We are self-funded. And we are on shelves in limited doors at Target, right? Other companies, right? There's a Black History Month is coming right now, and all of these brands are about to be showcased, some of them for the first time. And of course, they would do something like this right now, but they still need their moment.
Part 4, final part, right? So y'all want these people to boycott and don't go in and purchase from these Black founders that you've been supporting, right? Because I just want to buy on your website. They just want to get out these contracts, break these contracts, be liable for the contracts they're going to break, and all for DEI, which really doesn't even impact their partnerships with these vendors, right? With these retailers. You want them to jeopardize that because y'all want them to stand on a platform that you aren't even standing on because you're not a business owner. You're not out here trying to create jobs for the community, giving back to nonprofits, giving back money. I looked at the founder of the Lip Bar, the amount of money that she gave back last year to her community. Y'all ain't doing that, but y'all are mad at them for protecting their business. But you work for employers that feel the same way are stopping DEI policies in these state offices. You who work for the state, you who work for all these corporations, you ain't quit. Stand on business. Stand 10 toes down and quit your job. Boycott. If you're going to boycott, boycott. You can't expect these business owners to give up their livelihood for a cause so you can feel better about not shopping there, but you keeping your job. Make it make sense. It don't make no damn sense. And I wish these founders would stop coming out here justifying what they have to do for themselves and their family and for their business, for them to create generational wealth for their families. You ain't out here working, saving, and using your pension for the community. You're saving for your future. But you all have this expectations of people who are risk takers, who are naturally people who don't want to work for other people, who are creators, who are founders. You want them to do something that you won't do and you aren't willing to do right now. It's fake outrage and it's pissing me off. So what you want them to do is pull out of these stores, and these stores really don't give a damn. Anybody told you that in part one, part two, one of them. They don't, it's performative. They don't have to let you on their shelves so you can make it easy to go in, purchase. Not to mention you can return open and used items to these retailers. But if you come to my website and you open up my box of cake mix and you don't like it, baby, you stuck with, you ain't getting no refund. I can't afford that shit. And most small business owners cannot afford that. But you want them to come out of these stores. So these stores are like, okay, cool, bye. Which takes away the shelving space for these businesses and these product creators. It ain't no skin off them, off their back. They don't give a damn. Then you're going to say, they ain't giving us no opportunities. Ain't no black-owned products in your store. Ain't no representation, no diversity. Then you're going to be crying that. We got to stop being so freaking emotional and get this EQ up, your emotional intelligence. You need to get it up because it's really ignorant. It's really silly. It really makes no sense. And honestly, this is how I truly feel. We as a community have bigger fish to fry than worrying about DEI at Target or Walmart or any freaking or your employer. Because here's my thing. And this is where my conservative tendencies come in. Because I'm kind of leaning against capitalism and kind of leaning towards socialism, would you believe it? And I believe in aspects of it all. So, with that said, though, what was I saying? Shit. I don't even remember. Oh, our community has bigger fish to fry than DEI. For instance, look at the literacy rate. Look at the rate our children are graduating. Look at their reading level. Look at their test scores. What are we doing in our community to change that? What are we doing? What are we doing? So it really won't even matter because if you look at where we are now, our community, our group, our demographic ain't gonna even have nobody to meet the standards to even get these jobs that y'all are worried about being taken away or from these DEI policies being rolled back. It won't even make a difference. In my eyes, we're pulling the cart before the horse. We gotta do better. All this fake ass outrage and all this let's boycott Target. Y'all gonna be in Target next week if they run a sale. Just like you still in Walmart and just like you still in the rest of these stores. I don't care what none of y'all say. Y'all faking on this TikTok and Instagram. Y'all lying. You in these stores shopping and you're on Amazon. Like you're on Amazon. You all mad and enraged about Target, but you're on Amazon. You go to work every day. You're buying gas at these places. Like, stop it. The best way to do is to go in Target. If you want to boycott, go at Target and patronize small-owned, woman-owned, Black-owned founders within Target. Patronize them. But the answer is not boycotting Target. Because, like I told you, it ain't got nothing to do with you, no way. Get an understanding of what DEI is, okay? Do me that favor today. Stop conflating it with affirmative action. Stop. Stop. Stop reacting and arm yourself with information so you can respond appropriately. And then do what's best for you. I'm not here to make you think how I think. I know I got a little excited and animated and passionate because that's me. That's what I do. No apologies. But I need y'all to stop. Stop with the misinformation. Stop with being uninformed and stop sounding loud and wrong online. Stop making this issue and then conflating it and then making this about so much more than what it's about within the Black community. Because I've been reading the comments and stop trying to force people who are creating jobs and opportunities within your community as woman-owned and Black-owned founders who are doing something you don't have the gut, the nerves to do. You're going to tell them what they should be doing. It just doesn't make any sense. And then you're going to call them sellouts and you're going to call them all about the money. You all about the money. You go to work every day, don't you? The fuck? Excuse my language. Y'all all about the money too. Stop it. It's why you pay the lottery. It's why you go to work. It's why you want to get, to further your education so you can get advancements. It's why you go to work. So they're not supposed to want to make sure their pockets stay, like to keep profits, to make a profit. Haters, hateration maybe, jealousy maybe. Like if you want a founder, I don't think you need to zip. So that's my word for you today. I'm done talking about this. I hope somebody got something out of this. Leave a comment. I know I like to give energy. I give energy back, but I'm going to have to maybe just ignore the comments sometimes. I'm going to have to engage you because that's how TikTok works and Instagram works and Facebook works because I'm posting this on all my platforms. There's 4 parts. Go back to part 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm sure I left out a lot, so I may even make a part 5. Thank you for engaging me. Thank you for listening to me. Share if you want. Leave a comment if you want. We don't have to disagree. You ain't got to go off and say, I don't like her no more because she doesn't agree with me. Listen.
It upsets me that people who don't want to educate themselves stay mad at everything that gets released in the media rather than educating themselves on what is getting released. Let me explain to you what this actually means. All Target is doing is no longer submitting data, doing questionnaires, doing analytics to these third-party companies that rank them off of their diversity. Guess what? They don't have to anymore because the order was revoked. Doesn't mean anything bad. Doesn't mean they're going to stop hiring diversely. It just means they don't have to submit data to companies that rank them. That is it. I say good for Target and all the other companies. They can focus on internal operations and goals now for their company instead of external benchmarks and, I got to hire 5 Black people and 5 Hispanic people, whether they're good or not, just because I want to rank high for diversity. Come on. I know a lot of y'all don't like Trump for your own personal reasons, right? Really look at some things that are happening. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna go into detail with it, but I'm gonna just say whenever stuff happens, really look into it. Don't just go off of the media train. There is such thing as rage bait.
Target ends their DEI policy. Let's talk about it. So Target just announced that they're ending their DEI policy, and all I can say is I'm still gonna shop there. Everybody's talking about they done with Target, they're not gonna shop there. But what about Walmart? What about Amazon? What about TJ Maxx? What about Lowe's? What about Home Depot? What about Kohl's? What about all these other stores that ended their DEI policies? What are y'all gonna do? It's crazy because Walmart actually ended theirs 2 months ago, and y'all asses still walk up in there shopping all up through there. Me personally, I feel like it's so much other things, serious things, right now that's happening that we need to worry about. I mean, I'm just being honest. So these jobs that we work at discriminate every day, but we still got to work there. These apartments and houses and all of it is owned by these people. They discriminate, and we still have to live there. Hell, our president is the biggest one, and we still have to live in this country. Let's be.
So y'all protesting Target for what? Oh, because they're ending DEI initiatives. Mind you, let's completely ignore how since 2020, Target has increased their spendings on Black-owned businesses by 50%. Let's ignore that. What, y'all are mad because they want to help all communities? Is that what it is? I actually went and read Target's memo, and this is what it said. Okay, this comes directly from Target's website. Ensuring our employee resource groups are communities fully focused on development and mentorship. These communities will continue to be open to all. To all. So y'all don't want it to be open to all? Sounds a little... whatever, do you. But I'm assuming since you're protesting Target, you're also going to protest Walmart, Facebook, Instagram, Amazon, and McDonald's, with a whole bunch of other businesses.
And are we going to start listening to comprehend instead of listening to respond? This whole Tabitha Brown Target DEI situation is blowing me because I feel like y'all kind of took what she said completely out of context and just kind of ran with what the narrative that everybody else is coming up with based off of what she said. She can't just go and pull her stuff out off the shelves. She's under contract, and it's like, she also said, if you are going to still shop at Target, still buy the Black-owned products, buy the Black-owned stuff, but don't buy nothing else in there. And y'all's taking it as, oh, she just doing this for her own personal gain, like she just want us to give her money or whatever y'all been saying. And it's just like, y'all do know how business works, right? The same people that got this fake outrage right now, you gonna be creeping back up in Target. Because you still been at Walmart with them raggedy carts. You still been shopping on Amazon. You still been on Facebook. You still been on Instagram. Like, it's, at this point, it's laughable. Like, I don't know why y'all all of a sudden now when it comes to Target and Tabitha Brown, it's just like this uproar. She's not the only Black brand in there, so why are we targeting her? Why are we dragging her? Not we, because why y'all dragging her? It's time to start doing your own research. It's time to start formulating your own opinion, Pookie. A lot of y'all just don't like her. Y'all been not liking her because I've seen a lot of discourse about her over the years, and you just feel like this is your moment. So, whatever. Good night.
So Tabitha Brown posted her official statement regarding the DEI rollbacks over at Target. The video is almost 10 minutes long. I encourage you to watch all of it. Just don't skip through it. Watch the entire thing and have a full understanding of her thoughts and feelings with everything as a business owner. A business owner with multiple products in Target. For people telling her to pull her products from Target, it is not that simple. You can't do that overnight. She did say that she has one more year on her contract before she makes a decision. In part of the video, she shares sentiments that many founders who have spoken out thus far have regarding what a full-out boycott will do to these brands. A lot of people in the comments are tagging Costco saying, oh, buy her out of her contract, sign her up next. Y'all, it's not that simple. People telling her to go direct, she already explained in there, it is not that simple. It is costly. Now, I continue to repeat this. It is important that we hear from the founders and owners of these brands on how they need us right now to support them in the midst of all this going on.
Hey, Jing, how you doing, dear?
Listen, I'm a software engineer and I've been like laid off from my job recently. And, being a software engineer, most of the jobs go to people with the H-1B1 status. Is the DEI programs for Black people or just like the people that's from overseas?
It's for everybody and their damn mama. DEI program is for white women. It's for Asians, Hispanics, East Indians. They really prioritize LGBT people. So white people who are LGBT, Asian, LGBT. So it's everybody is prioritized over We don't really benefit from that. It's supposed to be for us because they'll use us as the face of, hey, look at how these black people are mistreated. Let's have diversity and equity. And then they'll get everybody except black folks in the mix. So they use us as mascots to feed and fuel resources for everybody else.
So have they done anything for the H-1B1? Because I'm waiting for that to roll back. Because I'm like, man, it's hard for me to find a job. Like, when is the H-1B1 going to get rolled back?
Yes.
Roll that back.
Yeah.
Bro.
Well, yeah, a lot of people are talking about that right now. Because Trump is talking about some of the East Indians coming in, and the white folks don't like that, so it's all over the place. But good, everybody gets to bickering because see, when the Democrats are in office, everybody gets a come up, and we're on the. I mean, we get kicked all up in our ass, and everybody else is coasting and living good. Y'all got to understand when the Democrats are in office, man. Let's be real. We just got to be very honest. And I voted for Obama's dumbass a couple of times. And we just have to look at results. When they're in office, man, we get the short end of the stick. When they're in office, we get the short end of the stick, man. That's the reality.
Man, I keep telling black folk, y'all gotta stop interfering in business that ain't got nothing to do with us, okay? We are a very powerful people. We have been dealing with this for so long, okay? Now everybody else experience it. Tough break, ninja. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, we've been complaining about this for how long? Nobody hear us. We've been protesting for how long? Nobody hears us. Now when it's everybody turn, everybody mad, everybody want to be a ninja till it's time to be a ninja. I'm going to sit this one out. I don't shop at Target for real anyway, but I do got a Target gift card. And sometimes I do go to Target. I think I went to Target when I went to LA to go see my sister. If Target is there, and that's because there wasn't no Walmart nearby, but they do the DEI too. Listen, I don't think this is going to change anything. And y'all can't tell me when this program was out, y'all did not get denied for a job because they had somebody else in mind. They didn't have to say it was because you were who you were. They just choose their best, character and just said that person was the better candidate. They just hid behind it. Don't hide behind nothing, okay? It just, all this little lollipop and gumdrop stuff, no, this is what it is. Nothing has really changed. Either they're going to hire you or they're not. But to go against black-owned businesses is wild. Because that's going to affect them. And then they're not going to have nothing. And they ain't going to have nothing with the rest of everybody else who don't have nothing. Dave Chappelle said it the best. And although he was talking about the fires in California, he still makes a good point. People who don't have the have-nots, or the people who are not happy within themselves, because there's people who don't have as much as others, but they're happy with their life and they're happy with their situation. So we're not talking about those people, but we're talking about the people who have a poor mindset and just be so happy that somebody who has it no longer has it because they never had it to begin with, because they didn't know how to go get it. Those people are very aggravating to me. They're annoying. They're irritating. It's like, what about us? What about us? What about you? Depend on yourself to get what you need. And it's a lot of fear mongering going here. And at the end of the day, like I said, the person you should be able to depend on the most is yourself. It's like, come on, y'all. We got to do better than this. It's like, well, y'all got to do better than this. I'm going to just be over here, child. I ain't got time to argue. I don't care about politics. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about nothing what's going on, but whatever's going on here. Then when I get in this position to where I can give back to my people the best way I can. Even in the state that I'm in now, I've made sure that I've done things to help my community. And that's just what we need to be on. Y'all know how to go to the Salvation Army and donate stuff. Y'all know how to go to these programs and donate stuff. I've donated to the Hidden History Museum. There's plenty of places where you can just give your time and money if needed. Like, it's plenty of places where you can donate. It's plenty of places where you can do things for people if you truly want to do things for anybody. It's not that difficult. You know what I mean? It's just so many options for you.
So for people to get upset, in my opinion, for a program that never benefited us anyway, not anymore, then that's crazy. I'm not, I just, y'all do whatever y'all want, but I'm just bringing my perspective. And my perspective is the DEI program never benefited us in the first place. I've lived and proved that. My husband has been to multiple jobs where he got declined because it's a certain group of people, and they weren't white people, who decided that they wanted to put their people in. And do what you got to do. That's what y'all got. That's the program y'all own. Y'all want to hire your people who speak the same language as y'all. Okay, cool. That's like a lot in California. For people that live in California, if you don't know them type of people or you don't speak their language, they will not hire you. That ain't got nothing to do with no DEI. And that's been for years, honey. So y'all do y'all research before y'all go jumping into some situations that ain't got nothing to do with us. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole situation in the comments. I'll holla at y'all later.
We in a no hyena zone. Anti-hyena zone.